Mythical Island has finally been released in Pokemon TCG Pocket, and with new cards comes new abilities. We're going to take a quick look and see which cards you should be trying to get. I'm your host Ronin. Let's get into this. Going in card decks order, we have our first grass types, Execute and Executor. You're definitely going to want to try and get this full illustration Executor. It's a cool looking card. Also, this paired with the Superior that we're going to see soon, amazing. Celebi, okay, get this card fast. Get this card fast. This is the new meta. 100%. This card paired with the Superior passive will be absolutely insane. 2 energy to flip 2 coins for 50 damage. Get this card. Seriously, this is the new meta, right? Now we have the Snivy Superior line. Let's go. This card is fantastic. Its ability is going to be doubling the amount of grass energy on your grass Pokemon. So with Celebi, if you have 2 energy, you have Superior sitting on your bench, you're going to have 4 energy, which means you get to flip 4 times for 50 damage each. Fantastic card. It is meta. Now we have Morlul, we have Shiinotic. Shiinotic will put the active Pokemon to sleep, doing 50 damage. It's, could be there. We have Delmise. Delmise Energy Whip, 20 plus 70 if you have 3 extra grass energy attached to this. And I believe that will also count with the Superior. So, cool grass types. Grass is definitely going to be meta. We have Ponyta, Rapidash. These cards, a bit different. It's hard to say yet if this Rapidash is an upgrade or a downgrade from the prior one. The idea with the last one was you just use Blaine and try to get some chip damage and then swap out into the Rapidash, but we'll see, or into the Ninetales, sorry, but we'll see. We have Magmar. Now Magmar, discard 2 fire energy from this Pokemon. Could be good. You could use this to potentially combined with Blaine to one-shot a Celebi. We'll have to see how it goes. We have Larvesta, Volcarona. I'm not sure about this card quite yet. I feel like the only pair for it is going to be with a Moltres because you have to discard 2 energies after using its move. It does 80 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, which is cool. You can be a sniper with it, but it's kind of difficult discarding 2. We have Salandit and Salazzle. It's a cool art there. You're going to do poison, 10 damage, plus 40 if you're poisoned. Sorry. And then Salazzle will poison the Pokemon. Kind of a weird mix. I'm not quite sure exactly how these cards will play out, but we'll see. Moving on to water types. Magikarp, Gyarados EX. Okay, at first when I saw this Gyarados, I was like, this is iffy. I don't know. Is it really an upgrade? Then I took I took a deep breath and I looked and I was like, 140 damage. That's gonna knock out most Pokemon. And then you put Giovanni with it. That will knock out Mewtwo. And you can take 1 hit, at least 1 hit from a Mewtwo. So, maybe there is potential here. We'll have to see. I've already seen some decks being played with it. Next up is this Vaporeon. Okay. The Misty Enabler Vaporeon. I'm not super happy about this card, but and maybe that's just because I haven't played a whole lot of the water decks. But it's a good card. Washout's going to be able to move your water energy around to your active Pokemon from your bench Pokemon, so it's cool. You're going to be able to move in and out with this. Swap. X speeds are going to be useful here. Next for water type is Finneon and Lumineon. This is pretty much very similar to the Seadra. You're going to be doing 50 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, so sniper. We have Choodle, Dreadnought. They're okay cards. I don't know. 3 energy for it is kind of rough on the Dreadnought, but we'll see. Cramorant, 60 damage, 3 energy with the same ability as the current Dugtrio. Moving on to Electric, we have the new Pikachu card, Circle Circuit. It's okay. The Raichu card though, Giga Shock, 60 damage, also doing 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I think this card will definitely be played more in electric decks. Electabuzz, 2 energy, Thunder Spear, 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's similar to the Zebstrika that we have currently, but now it's 2 energy and dealing 40. We have Joltik and Galvantula. I think this card will also be played in these electric decks as well. Electro Web, 70 damage, 2 energy. Your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Arbok, corner, crazy. Dedenne, this is a cool card if you're collecting. Definitely try to get this card. It could be put into some electric decks. It's pretty weak, in my opinion, but maybe the paralysis will actually be super effective in some decks. Moving on to psychic types, we have Mew doing Psy Report. This is the same as the secret card Mew, except it is not the illustration. Sick card though. Mew EX, game changer. You want these cards. There are 4 Mew cards total. So collect them all. They are fantastic. Look at that gold right there. The illustration art looks sick. Get this card. Genome hacking is going to be a game changer. Add this to your Mewtwo EX decks and whatever else there is. I don't know. Sigilif. We have Spike Draw, 10 damage, draw a card. It has 80 health, so that's what, 20 more than the Meowth did? Could be good. Elgium and Beheeyem. Mind Jack. This attack does 20 more damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Could just be a quick damage counter onto Pikachu's. I don't know. Flabebe, Floette, Florges, Bloomshine, heal 20 damage from each of your opponents, from each of your Pokemon. I think this card could be good. I've tried to play it a little bit. It's kind of difficult trying to get the evolution, so maybe there's a better way to play it. But this definitely, along with Leaf, could be good, moving your Pokemon in and out. Swirlix, Slurpuff, yeah. Just kind of some throw-in cards, right? Like I don't know what you're gonna do with these cards. It's kind of like the Clefable, but it's just kind of there. That's okay. Moving on to fighting type, we have Mankey, Focus Fist, doing 50 damage, flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. Focus Fist, cool name for a move, right? Primeape does punch for 50 damage. Okay. Geodude, Graveler, Golem. I like this Golem a lot more. Granted, I did not hardly play the Golem from the last set, but I like this Golem. Guard Press, 120 damage, 4 costs. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 30 damage from attacks. I like that. Pair it with blue, minus 40. Seems pretty cool to me. 160 HP. That's going to save you from pretty much anything. This cool card, Aerodactyl EX, there are 3 of them. 3 different Aerodactyl EXs. Get them. I'm not quite sure exactly how this card is going to be played. You're going to have to pair it with the old Pidgeot, or I've seen Victory Bell. Pair it with Sabrina. I'm not really too sure exactly what or how this will be played. Hopefully there's some craziness going on and people can find a good way to play this card because it is cool art. Now we have Marshadow. You can get this card. The full art here is really cool. I love the art of it. I don't think the move is that good. For me, it's kind of low priority, but definitely if you're a collector, get this card. It could be good. Stonejourner, Mega Kick for 90, 3 cost. Big damage. I mean, is 3 cost though. Is you can't play Brock onto it, so I'm not super looking at this one. I would skip it for now. It's not too big of a deal. Moving on to Darkness type, we have Coughing, doing Division. Put 1 random Coughing from your deck onto your bench. Cool card. Wheezing, Smokescreen. During your opponent's next turn, they gotta flip a coin. If tails, it doesn't work, right? That's cool. Now we have Purloin, Lipard, just kind of throwaway cards, in my opinion. Slash, doing 40 damage. You know what? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not a throwaway card. It could be good against Mewtwo's. This here, Venipede, Whirlipede, and Scolipede. Whirlipede can poison the active Pokemon. Scolipede then will do extra 50 damage if the Pokemon is poisoned, 120 total. Definitely could be good against the Mew, the Psychics. Let's go ahead. Druddigon. Rough Skin doing 20 damage to the attacking Pokemon. Dragon Claw, Fire and Water, and 1 Colorless for 90. Dragon types, you know, Dragon types kind of getting the weak end of the stick. There's not a lot going on. Dragonite's really hard to set up, and Druddigon here is something special. Pidgeotto, Pidgeot EX. There's 2 Pidgeot EX here. Definitely, if you're collecting, get those cards. It is cool, right? Now, Pidgeot is going to be doing 80 damage plus 20 spread to the bench. That, you know, that could be good if your opponent retreated because they had a Pokemon low. You could be hitting for 20 onto their bench. Could save you some games. 80 is pretty good for sure. It's still big damage. 2 hits will knock out most Pokemon. On top of that, 20 if they were to swap in. So this is a good card for sure. Tauros, the Meta EX killer, right? Tauros, Fighting Tackle, 3 colorless, 40 plus if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX. This attack does 80 more damage. That is 120 damage total. Pair this with a Giovanni, you're doing 130 damage. Boom. You're knocking out Celebi, you're knocking out Pikachu, you're knocking out Zapdos, you're knocking out most cards. There's definitely other EX cards that are going to survive. The new Gyarados for sure will survive. Mewtwo will survive. But mainly this, I feel like, is to take down Pikachu and its friends over there. This is definitely a cool card. Find a way to put it into your decks. I'm not too sure exactly yet how useful it'll be. It only has 100 HP. Eevee, continuous steps 20 times until you get Tails. Misty enablers, right? Like anyone who played the heck out of Misty is going to put this Eevee into their decks with the new Vaporeon and probably Gyarados and Starmie and whatever else you want to flip until you get Tails on, right? Let's see. Last Pokemon, I believe, is the Chatot. Mimic, shuffle your hand into your deck, draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. Could be good, you know? You kind of will just play all of your cards and then swing with this and draw more cards. Hopefully they're not playing red card, right? Hopefully they're not playing red card. Okay, new items though. These items, well, minus the old Amber. Old Amber is the same, but then we have the Pokemon Flute. Put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench. This is what I'm talking about, pairing with the Aerodactyl and some sort of way to get the basic Pokemon into the active spot so you could swing. Then we have Mythical Slab. Look at the top card of your deck. If that card is a Psychic Pokemon, put it into your hand. If it is not a Psychic Pokemon, put it at the bottom of your deck. This is definitely going to speed up the process of getting a Gardevoir. This will definitely help your Mewtwo EX Gardevoir decks. And then also adding a Mew to it, or a Mew EX to it. It will definitely be a improvement to that deck. Now we have Budding Expeditioner. This set seems to be all about Mew EX. Budding Expeditioner, put your Mew EX in the active spot into your hand. This is basically a Koga. It will save your Mew EX active spot Pokemon life and fully restore their health when you put it back onto the bench. Awesome, fun, love it, right? Unkillable cards. Let's see, Blue, I love the art for it. Definitely collect this one. During your opponent's next turn, all of your Pokemon take minus 10 damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, right? That's what I was saying. Pair this with like the Golem, where you take minus 30. Add this to it, you take minus 40. This could be good against Pidgeot decks where they're hitting your bench for 20. You can play this card at that moment. any point where you know they're going to be playing a Giovanni against your active Pokemon, play this card. Now we have Leaf. The trainer art is phenomenal, right? I love, like, all three of these are so good. During this turn, the retreat cost of your active Pokemon is 2 less. I like this card. I love being able to retreat. The movement in and out, I feel like if you're able to make it fluid, it can be really game-changing for you. You could win a lot of games doing this. This is definitely a good card. I have yet to find a way to really utilize this. I feel like it's a little difficult having Leaf, because every time I need to use Leaf, I need to also use a Giovanni or Blaine or some other card. So I'm not sure yet, but it is definitely good to be able to retreat. All right, everyone, that was our quick look into the Mythical Island set. These cards are phenomenal. The art is beautiful, and there are definitely game-changing cards. You can find a deck to play 100% that will win you games no matter what, right? Like, there's definitely something in here for everyone. Free to play and pay to win, right? It's not pay to win, right? It's not pay to win. No. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. We will be ramping up and trying to pop out some new ones. Pop out some new ones, bro? What? Okay, guys. No, thank you so much for watching. Best of luck in your card pulls. I hope you guys are getting the best of the best. Those full art trainers, maybe, and get you some Celebes, also Mew, because those are definitely going to be what is meta, right? Thank you so much for watching. Ronin out.